Today's story is sponsored by Carolina Trust Federal Credit Union.
Oh, there's something so real about living local, about the people and the places where we live. Just look at all the reasons why we call this home. And I'm living local. I'm living local 'cause it's where I love to be.
Good morning. Thanks so much for watching Living Local. It is our Carolina Trust Financial Friday community panel for the month of November. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Of course, we have August from Carolina Trust. How's it going, August?
It is great, especially with the holidays right here. I am in the best of spirits.
Yes. So who are our special guests for today?
Yeah, so today we have Rachel, who is the Executive Director of the Myrtle Beach Bowl, and we have Jim, who is the Director of Christian Mission Outreach.
I love it. Well, welcome. Thanks for being with us today.
It's great to be with you today.
Yes.
A very special blessing.
Oh, well, you're so sweet. And, you know, it's an exciting time to have you guys on here with all of the holidays coming up. You know, we just had Thanksgiving yesterday. I am
Yes.
still
Wow.
full
Right.
from all the food.
I know.
What did you guys kind of do for Thanksgiving this year?
We passed out a lot of turkeys a couple of days ago, and I told everybody that I got to talk to us, and now one thing I require is that you give me a turkey sandwich when you cook your turkey. Anyway,
That's a lot of turkey sandwiches
turkey.
you're going to have to eat.
I will say that's probably part of my favorite thing with Thanksgiving is the leftovers for the
Yes.
turkey
Oh, boy,
sandwich.
yeah.
I feel like a lot of them are better
Oh,
when they're
I agree.
leftovers.
Yes,
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure.
All the juices kind of soak in.
I mean, for days after, you know, the turkey, oh boy, how about some mashed potatoes and gravy?
yeah.
Yes.
And sweet potato souffle when they got, oh,
I want to come with you next year.
I know.
I'm coming to your house. What
Good
about you,
food.
Rachel? What did you do?
We hung out with my sister-in-law and my brother-in-law and nephews and just had a nice relaxing
Yeah.
Thanksgiving, and now we've got to finish our Christmas shopping.
Yeah.
Don't
wonderful.
get me started
Oh,
on
yeah.
that. I
Seriously.
am not even started on that.
either.
I'm always the very last one to get all the gifts for
Yeah.
Christmas.
Which I'm extremely fortunate. So I went to Virginia to do Thanksgiving on Thanksgiving Day, and then I have Thanksgiving tonight with my boyfriend's family. And so they actually decided that we're not giving gifts this year. We're gonna our gift will be our time with each other.
I
But
love that.
I'm really excited. So my family growing up, we always had a tradition every Thanksgiving where my grandma would give everyone an ornament. And the ornament was significant to something that we did that year. So, you know, if I got braces, I got an ornament of a little girl with braces.
I
Or
love that.
if I graduated college, you know, I got an ornament from Coastal, like with the little number.
Yeah.
And so I'm really excited because we're not doing, you know, Christmas gifts with my boyfriend's family. I'm going to try to kind of merge that tradition over. And so I've got everybody's ornaments that I'm excited to give them tonight that is significant for something
Oh,
they
I
did
love
this year.
that idea.
Yeah, so-
That is so cool.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so it's something, you know, small, but then it's something that when you give it on Thanksgiving, they're able to go home and, you know, if they put up their tree on Thanksgiving Day like we do, or, you know, later on, they're able to kind of add that ornament to the tree. And it was
Yeah.
super special for me because I put up my Christmas decor a little bit early this year because I knew I would be going home.
Right.
And so I have, you know, my main tree, which is everything matches, all the bulbs and lights and, you know, very decorative tree. And then I have my tree that has all of my special ornaments from the years from my grandma. And I had ornaments from like 2000, 2001, things like that for significant things I did those years.
Well, every Thanksgiving, you know, meal, I always look forward to like one food item in particular that I don't usually have
Right.
otherwise.
Yeah.
So do you guys have kind of a favorite Thanksgiving dish?
oh,
That's
always.
a tough question, I know.
The turkey, of course,
The turkey.
and then the red, we call it the red,
The red, what is
which
this?
the red is
Is that the cranberry?
cranberry.
Yeah.
Okay,
I was
cranberry
Yeah,
sauce.
and then the potatoes with the gravy, always.
Jim, you can't choose three favorites.
You got to.
Hey, he can choose as many favorites
I love
as he
to
wants.
eat.
Yeah.
It's everything. It's everything.
I love
agree.
every food.
What about you, Rachel? Do you have a favorite?
Okay, so this is a little bit weird, but I love the cranberry sauce out of the jar with the ridges on it.
Yeah,
I
me
never
too.
have that other than Thanksgiving, so I like to have that with turkey.
I've met two people now that like cranberry.
Yeah.
I always
Oh,
thought,
cranberry,
you know, cranberry's part of it, but nobody likes cranberry. I mean, my dad likes it, but that's
Yeah.
about it. He's the only one who eats it in our family. So
Same.
that's funny.
That's the only
Yeah.
time we do it is at Thanksgiving as well.
Right.
But my friend, so when my family does like a cranberry salad that my grandma makes, but then when I came to college, one of my friends did this cranberry fluff. And so since I've had her cranberry fluff, we changed to that. And it's like cranberries, whipped cream, diced or crushed pineapple and white chocolate vanilla pudding, and so it's like a fluffy whipped cream texture cranberry flavor, and it's so
That
good.
sounds really good.
I have added that into all of my family Thanksgivings. I'm like, if we're gonna do cranberry, we're gonna do it this way.
That's awesome. I love it. I love all these ideas. I'm a banana pudding kind of girl, so I love me some banana pudding. So I get excited for that every year. Well, folks, stick with us. When we come back, we're going to chat more with our special guests about Christian mission outreach. I'm super excited about that. So stick with us right here on Living Local. We'll see you soon. Welcome back to Living Local. We were just chatting about Christian mission outreach with Mr. Jim. So, tell folks about what you've got going on right now with the holidays.
It's a big time of year, of course. Christmas is always a special time. And it's a special time for us because that's when we give out food for families that might be going through hard times.
Yeah.
And so Christmas, we usually give out a big ham, okay?
Wow.
Along with vegetables and fruits and various things. A box maybe of 30 or 40 pounds, for each family that comes in and registers.
Oh, wow.
And then, of course, that's just for Christmas. We have specials for Thanksgiving, for Christmas, for Easter. Then we're normally open on each week, to give out food for families that are going through trying times.
Oh, wow.
So we just, for 40 years, if you can imagine, we've been running our food bank. Of course, being a Christian and being a minister, I found out in the book of Matthew, feed the hungry. He said, feed the hungry. So we've been doing this, and I can't find a place to stop. My wife says, you're getting old, you're getting too old, running around all the time. I said, but as long as I live, I'm getting a special blessing, reaching out to somebody who might be going through a hard time.
Yeah.
And we find a lot of people that we can reach out and just be an encouragement to give them a box of food and a kind word. A lot of times, a kind word, a pat on the back, a refreshing thought to someone who might be going through a hard time. A person who's down and out and needing food, the psychology is very low.
Right.
Just a kind word and say, hey, it's good to see you. Hey, thank you for coming in. It's a blessing to meet you. And then to give them a little food, it's really enriching to your soul,
Yeah, I love you're obviously very passionate about it, and I love that. You're doing exactly what you should be doing.
That's exactly why I can't quit. It's a lot of fun. It's just a great blessing to be able to say, hey, I did. Each morning I say, well, Lord, let me do something, say something, or be some kind of a blessing to somebody in some way today. And usually you get a chance to do that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and tell folks a little bit about Christian mission outreach.
Well, being on television years ago, I found out that there were a lot of people that were going through needs. Being a minister, I had a lot of people call and say, hey, a preacher, you need to help us with this, the other. And so we started reaching out to people that needed food. This goes back close to 40 years, a long time ago. Before you were born, actually, we were in television giving out food. But anyway, and then we found out that, hey, this is something that is always needed. There's somebody out there who needs a blessing. So we started this, and we've continued on and on and on, and now we just keep the tradition going.
Working at Carolina Trust, we are a sponsor of the holiday boxes.
Yes.
And, different organizations in the community, they can reach out to sponsor a holiday box. And as you were saying, it's a blessing to be able, if you're in a position to give, to be able to do that so that families in the community have a meal. We were just talking about, Thanksgiving and our favorite things about Thanksgiving and traditions and the foods that we love to eat. And, if we didn't have those little things each year, it'd be things that we go without. We may only eat cranberries one time a year, but it's something that each of us, remember and look forward to each Thanksgiving. And so it's so wonderful that Christian Mission Outreach has this opportunity for, families to receive a meal, but also for businesses in the community to be able to sponsor, families to have a meal.
Actually, the beautiful part about it is it's not just our organization doing this. There's many organizations that help to fund the food that we purchase to give out, okay? And it also is a blessing to those that come in as volunteers. We might have had, for an event like, say, Thanksgiving, we might have 75 to 80 volunteers come in and help pass out food. Yeah. Christmas, the same thing. It's just a great blessing to be a part, not only of handing them the box of food, but there's somebody back here paying for it, somebody back here hauling, somebody handing it out. Right. So there's a lot of people that are going through that blessing process.
Of course. And tell folks how they can get involved or what you need.
Well, we always need prayer. I say, hey, what can I do? Well, you can pray for us. We believe in prayer. But anyway, certainly funding is needed to buy food, and we have a lot of people that are being a part of that. And then we have volunteers who come in and help box up food. We have volunteers that help to carry the food, because a lot of the ladies can't carry big boxes of food. Then we have some people that come in and volunteer to help deliver to some of the elderly people that can't come out to get their boxes. And so there's a lot of involvement that we can see coming in from many different areas where blessings go out more than just to us, but to a lot of people.
Well, thank you
It's
so
truly a
much
blessing,
for
yeah.
filling us in on that, Jim.
Hey, we've been doing it, and we're still going to continue to do it. Just reach out and saying, hey, have a blessing.
And on that note, folks, stick with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Living Local.
Yeah, and today is the Financial Friday Community Panel. And I know that Black Friday is, a huge shopping time, but it's also a huge football day as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and with Coastal, just finishing up their last home game, we are officially heading into bowl season. And so we have Rachel with us, who is the executive director of the Myrtle Beach Bowl. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, so for folks at home that don't know, what is the Myrtle Beach Bowl?
So the Myrtle Beach Bowl is a Division I college bowl game. It will happen on Monday, December 20th at 2:30 p.m. out at Coastal,
Yeah.
and we're really excited to be bringing this event back to the area this year.
And so last year was the very first annual Myrtle Beach Bowl. And what kind of made you guys decide to bring a bowl game here to, Conway at Brooks Stadium?
Sure. So the way that the bowl game sort of ended up here is we started with some basketball events that ESPN has hosted here for the last couple of years. The Myrtle Beach Invitational, the Puerto Rico tip-off a few years back when Puerto Rico was hit with the hurricane. And those events were really successful for ESPN events and brought a great economic impact here to our community during a typically slower time of year. So we started exploring the option of bringing a bowl game, and Coastal was gracious enough to host us. And then also the Myrtle Beach Chamber has supported us throughout the process as well, so we're excited to be back.
Yeah, which
I'm
is
ashamed to ask this. This is going to show that I'm so not a football person, but what is a bowl game versus just a normal game?
So it's a celebration of the teams that have performed well throughout the season. The teams have to win at least 6 games to be bowl eligible. They have to be Division I teams, and they get selected based on their performance to compete in a postseason matchup.
So it's a big deal.
It's a
Very
big
good,
deal.
yes.
It's
Yeah.
a celebration.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, and that's why I think so many people look forward to bowl season, is because you're not, watching most of the time one team completely dominate another team. You've got two teams who have worked hard all season and have, gotten to the point to where they are eligible for a bowl game. So they have already shown, the nation that they can compete on a competitive level,
Right.
and are deserving of this bowl game. And so then you've got two pretty tough teams and pretty tough competitors that come together to compete. So that's why it's so exciting to watch.
Yeah.
So who's our competitor for this?
We don't know yet.
We don't know yet.
Yeah, isn't that exciting?
We'll find out on Sunday, December the 5th. All the bowl announcements will be made, so we're really looking forward to that.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. And where can folks go if they want to get tickets and all that good stuff?
Sure, so all the information anybody would need would be on myrtlebeachbowlgame.com.
Okay.
Yep, everything's there.
Perfect.
Tickets are already on sale to the public, and we're excited. Hope a lot of people from the community will come out and enjoy
You gonna
the
be
game.
there?
Of course I'm going to be there. Carolina Trust is a big sponsor of,
Yes.
the Myrtle Beach Bowl. We're big sponsors of Coastal, and so we love being able to kind of take our athletic sponsorship with Coastal when it kind of ends at football season and transferring it over to the Myrtle Beach Bowl, which is held, like she said, at Brooks Stadium at Coastal Carolina University. And we are super excited because our president and CEO, Tim Carlisle, was recently invited to join the Myrtle Beach Bowl Executive Committee, which is awesome. So, we are super excited and cannot wait to see the teams that are announced for the bowl game, and of course can't wait to attend. And it's kind of fun, with Coastal not, they weren't in the bowl last year, so it's not normally, a team that you really have kind of an affiliation to the way that I do as a Coastal alumni. So it's nice because I get to, really just kind of cheer on two teams and get excited about the competitiveness of the sport.
Yeah, yeah. And folks, you can learn more by going online at WBTW.com. we'll kind of post all of this information up there for you. And of course, Carolina Trust as well. August is great about doing that as well. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us today
thank
for
you
our
for being
November
here.
community panel.
Thank
It's
you
been
so
great.
much.
Thank you. A blessing.
And thank you guys for joining us today. We'll see you next time.
Today's story is sponsored by Carolina Trust Federal Credit Union.